All right, focusing on a little bit of hand exercises with the therapy balls. It doesn't matter if you have one or two. Most of the time they come as a pair of two. I happen to have the high bounce pinky balls. They only come individually, so I purchased two. Doesn't matter if you have one or two. I'm going to sit up nice and tall. Find a place where you can sit comfortably. I've elevated myself on top of a bolster. Don't be shy. Lean to one side, grab the flesh, move it out of the way. Lean to the other side, grab the flesh, move out of the way. Feel like you're grounded all the way down. Anytime we work on the arms, that strength comes from the core. So sit up nice and tall, roll the shoulders down and back, lift and reach through the crown of the head. You're going to take the balls out to the sides, lift them up a little bit, and turn the hands to face the front. Thumb should be over the front of the ball so that they don't get left out. Squeeze really tight. Hold on to it for a few seconds and release. Inhale nice and easy. Exhale, squeeze and hold, and then release. So using the energy of the breath to find that balance between inhaling and exhaling to hold. Then let it go. I'm going to take a few exercises. You can do one hand at a time or two, whichever works. Start by taking the flat edge of the finger and pressing down. You can do both hands or one at a time, trying to press the flat edge of the finger down. Try not to drop the ball. Moving all the way through. Take it a few times. And this is one you can do as many times, one time to get a feel for it, however it works. Now we're going to do the same exercise, except instead of the flat edge of the finger, we're going to bend the finger and poke the fingernails into it. So this one you may find is easy to do together or one at a time. You may find that you need to turn the balls so you don't drop them. That's great too. It's easy if you do it palm up, so the ball can kind of roll into your hand, back and forth. And once you've done both hands a few times, this is really good for grip strength to assess this. Try the same thing. We're going to hold the ball, squeeze. Now try to keep this thumb in part of the practice here. If it's out here, it's not really doing anything. So we want to in here so we can squeeze down on the ball. You can alternate back and forth between trying to get a sense of squeezing nice and strong. You'll notice that when you squeeze here, you're not just feeling it here. You should also feel a little bit of across those collarbones. Let it go. Wrist flicks. Maybe roll them out a little bit or shake them loose. You're going to take the hands one at a time. Turn the palm up towards you. Think about it like a little cow udder. We're going to take one hand and squeeze into the meat of the hand. Massage and squeeze till you get down to the finger. Then trace the finger and pull away from the body a little bit. Not so much that you pull your finger off, but enough that we have some energetic action pulling. Starting here, squeezing into the meat of the hand, tracing along the fingers and out through the tips. So we do get a little bit of a squeeze on the fingertip itself. All four of the fingers. I didn't forget about the thumb. I promise we'll get it. The thumb gets special treatment. When you get back to the thumb, we're going to turn the palm down. The other hand's going to squeeze this little area right here, this triangle where the hand meets. This is our little text thumb. We use this poor thumb for everything. So you really want to take the thumb of the opposite hand and dig in a little bit. Massaging, rolling around. Don't push too hard. Just add some oomph to get tissue mobilized and moving. Then flip the palm up, thumb away from you, pinky towards you, and squeeze into the meat of the hand here. We're really trying to massage both the inside of the palm and the outside. And just like the other fingers, we're going to take it and slide out through the thumb and pull. Take the time to do that for both hands. And since you might not do it, if we didn't do it together, we're going to do it together right now. I would hate for you to only get one hand. It would be very sad. Just a little bit of action and energy in these fingers makes all the rest of the daytime activities that we do so much easier. I have a little espresso machine and we have the little grinder that you're constantly turning back on. If you're weeding or picking things out or writing cards, anything, typing, especially with our thumbs on the scrolling for the phones, all of those actions add up over time. And we don't spend a lot of time to try and help these fingers and the hands out. So every little bit that you do is worthwhile, no matter how small it is. All right, big fingers, shake them out a little bit. I'm going to show you one more that you can do with your hands and one ball. This does double duty. You're going to take one hand, place it down on your thigh, take the hand and the ball. Same motion that we just did. You're running the ball along each finger, back to the wrist, out to the finger and back to the wrist. This is great. One ball, two hands, they both get massaged. We get the heel of the hand here. You can also take the ball and make small circles to get into the fingers themselves and figure out what you like. Flip the hand over so we can get the inside. Same thing, pushing all the way down. And you don't have to spend 15 minutes every day doing this, but every few moments that you do spend is worthwhile and will help with your mobility and the circulation in those hands. Make sure that you don't forget the other side. Help it out. You can do this at the kitchen table. You can do this at the kitchen counter. All right, and if you're sitting at the kitchen table, this is a great one. I'll use my legs just to demonstrate, but if you're sitting at the table, ball on the table, you can press out, roll all the way up to the elbow, and then come back, pinky edge of the hand down, roll all the way out to the elbow. And this is easier if you're sitting not in your lap. And don't forget to get the back side of the hand as well. Same thing, other arm, pushing enough that you get some active stretching and massage on the bottom edge, moving back and forth. All right. Grip assessment, last little piece of it is to bring the hands together, Anjali Mudra. So we deliberately line up our little fingers, bring the elbows together. If they don't come together, just energetically zip them together. That's fine. If they do come together, lift them up and bring them together. Squeeze the hands together, squeeze those fingertips together, lift and reach, roll the shoulders down and back, hug the belly in, perhaps scoop the tailbone towards those crossed ankles a tiny bit so the low back feels supported. And open the hands out to the side. Pull the pinkies down a tiny bit. Can you actively pull all the fingers out a little bit? Hands come back together, press the fingers, open the elbows, bring the hands down. Push into the hands enough that you can draw the heart forward into those hands and squeeze for just a second. And then let it go. Anytime you want to try any of these, you can do them all together like we did today, or you can do one. As long as you do both hands, don't leave anything out. Thanks for being with me.